All right, we got the recording going. So let me just go ahead and see what I am. Okay. Awesome. Hey, we love it, man. One thing about this business is you will always see change in this business, right? There's always something that's changing. That's good. It's good. Change is good for us. And anyway, just want to welcome you out to the rNetwork State of the Union call tonight. And my name is Dave Dove, Executive Vice President of Sales here. And I have the privilege to introducing to you our first guest speaker tonight, which will be our CEO, Trent Walker. And before I do, I just wanted to let you know how hard every one of these guys on this tonight that you're going to hear from have been working in the background. I just want to let you know that because there's many nights we have an internal chat system, and it's interesting. You'll see them up at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and it's just constant, like they're going all the time. And it's because they really care. They really care about what we're doing here at rNetwork, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. I feel blessed to be part of it, and I'm sure you feel the same way. So drop in the comments again, guys, where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And without further ado, you guys get to hear from Mr. Trent Walker, our CEO of rNetwork. Trent, I'll turn the time over to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Dave. I hope everyone can see my screen. If you cannot, Dave, you'll let me know. But I am pleased that everyone was able to show up. We have a great audience tonight. I want to go through a few things tonight. But before I do, I want to say I hope everyone's staying safe. I want to thank everyone for their commitment to the community, and say that as we get through tonight, you will see a few things from an evolutionary perspective. But I think that coming out of the back of the call, you're going to be more excited than ever. Most of you guys who've been on calls with me know that I don't typically get overly excited on calls, but I think that on this call you may see some of that because I really do think that the direction and the focus of the company is coming together. And so I want to take a moment to first celebrate with everyone on this call on the things that we've achieved in the last 60 days. I made a commitment to the organization as I took over as CEO 180 days ago that we were going to go through 5 initiatives. And we were starting with value creation. Then we would move into an engagement where we looked at UI and UX, which is basically exactly where we're starting right now. And then we would move into various other initiatives. There's 5 of them. You can watch the videos out there. I won't go through them on this call, but know that we are continuing that constant improvement methodology through those 5 initiatives. So I want to take a moment to go through some of the things that we've rolled out in the last 65 to 70 days. The Google Translate is now on the website. We are now in most, I won't say all, but most languages across the globe. So you can actually see the product information as well as the onboarding process in your local language that is actually translated as close as we can to get to local dialect. The website's been overhauled. Roger will talk a bit about the next evolution of that and enhancement of that website, as well as some of the charter members' tools. You have seen a pen upgrade to the view of the pen, the multiple product rollouts, meaning our network auto, mobile, mortgage has been upgraded. We are in a place with our network auto where we're doing an additional overhaul, so it has been taken down until we find the appropriate cadence of quality. You saw some of the other products that came out that were brand new: TV.fit, our network pharmacy, Financial Academy. That is all based on our commitment to the organization to constantly improve. You saw the first iteration of our network marketing tools come out. And this list just goes on and on. The 7-day boost was rolled out. Pay with commission function was put out there. An enrollment upgrade where it allows you to select the placement ID of where you want the person placed in your organization. All of those things done to create additional value for our charter members and to continue to improve the organization. It's been an exciting and an overworked 65 to 70 days, but our pace is not slowing down. Dave mentioned this earlier. If anything, momentum is picking up, and we continue to add scale to the organization and continue to accelerate the improvement methodology in the organization with an eye on getting hyper-focused on those things that actually make a difference in the organization. With that being said, I want to transition to a perspective. Since I've taken over as CEO about 180 days ago, you've heard me say this quote over and over again, and that's from Socrates, and it says, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but building the new. Internally, I've been singing this mantra, and the executives have been singing this mantra about changing our lens, meaning changing our lens to look at things not through eyes of frustration, but look at things through the lens of opportunity. That we will not focus on what was there in the past. We will not focus on the things that are happening outside of our control, but we will focus on what is there from an opportunity perspective. And through that lens, the companies continue to evolve. Obviously, the landscape with the pandemic and COVID-19 have begun to shift. The landscape has shifted even greater under our feet, but we again need to view everything we're doing through a lens of opportunity. The reason that this quote was so meaningful to me, and I kept putting it out to the community, was while we look at the commitments we've made as an organization, we need to continually be reevaluating those commitments and continually be reevaluating the path of the organization through a lens of opportunity and not frustration. And it's an incredible thing when you begin to change that lens and say, we need to be looking at focusing on the new through a lens of opportunity, how things become very clear and focus begins to happen. And you can focus on the things that make strategic differences to the organization and the charter members. And it allows you to accelerate again down that path of the end goal. Off of that, I want to talk a bit about what the focus of the organization is. We are focused on affecting the cores of people's lives through offering quality products and rerouting the earnings back to the community. That is at the core. We're going to talk a bit about what that means and how the shift in lens has evolved where the company is running. But really, when we look at the vision and the focus, it becomes about the community, the people involved, and improving the quality of life of those people involved. And that comes out in the products we launch, the product focuses, and some of the exciting stuff that's coming later on this call about how we reroute those earnings back to the community. Let's talk about how we make that happen. You've heard me talk a bit about this, but the organization always had this view of an omni-channel approach. Whether we saw it as an omni-channel approach or not, it's what we were doing. And the participation marketplace represented e-commerce. If you look at the definition of omni-channel, it really is just a multiple approach to a market. And so the digital e-commerce or marketplace environment represented that digital sphere of the omni-channel approach. The brick and mortar was what was represented by the card and the bank. It was a way to ensure that we were capturing all the spending of the community and pulling that back into earning opportunity for everyone that was participating as a charter member. But as I said, I made a commitment to the organization early on that I was going to get focused on quality of things we were launching and hyper focused on doing things right and from an excellence perspective. So what do we say now? Brick and mortar was already declining, and with COVID-19, the acceleration of that decline, that decline has just accelerated. And there was these slow adopters that were still spending lots of money in brick and mortar. Now they've been forced into a digital purchasing environment because of COVID-19. Those people are never going back, right? They're going to continue to spend more and more in a digital purchasing environment instead of brick and mortar. So again, we have to view the business through opportunity and focus on that opportunity and not frustration with different markets or what's going on externally. When we play this out, and I could run the math for you on this call, but I won't bore you, brick and mortar represents pennies of opportunity to our charter members and pennies of opportunity for us as an organization and the future in which we're in the future where we're going. The digital marketplace you can see with the products that are offered there now, and I'll just give you an example. With the current product and packages being offered, it's $6 in the TVS plus the exciting stuff that John's going to go through from a compensation perspective relative to pennies. So when we begin to start to say, where do we focus as an organization to create the greatest opportunity for our charter members and run as fast as we can down that path, the decision becomes clear to me and it represents a much larger opportunity for everyone that's involved. And I think if you think about this critically, you would 100% agree. You see some of the stuff that's going on in the public markets. Walmart is now making a play for TikTok US. They're doing that because their brick and mortar is declining and they need to make a larger play in the digital space. They're now launching their version of Prime for delivery services in Walmart because they understand that the greater opportunity is in the digital space and they need to accelerate their adoption in the digital space. So when I dig in deeper here and look at what are we really saying, what are we going to focus on at a deeper level within the organization, we've already said the primary goal is to create opportunity, and we change that lens and begin to focus on the new and the opportunity. We start to hone in on that digital purchasing environment. But even within that, we need to maintain focus so we can drive towards quality and excellence. So what do we say we focus on? As an organization, at the core of the organization, we're focusing on affecting 4 major areas of people's lives. And those four major areas come out through not only the products we offer, but also the things we are offering the charter members from a business perspective. So what are those 4 areas? We're focusing on physical and mental health. We're focusing on financial well-being, personal development, and business growth and income. Roger's going to talk in a little bit about the things that we're offering from a business growth perspective. John's going to talk about the income side of it and how we're enhancing the compensation plan to drive more income into the charter members' pocket. But from a product perspective, that's where the 2 first pieces come out. We are going to focus on impacting people's lives from a physical and mental health perspective and driving towards impacting their lives on a financial well-being side. You'll start to see things come out from the organization on not only different products coming out, but different business stacks. You're going to see things coming out from a UI and UX perspective, driving, and a branding perspective, driving towards this idea that as a community, we care about our people. And so the things we care about first are the things that affect their life the most, right? Now, where do we differentiate ourselves a bit? We say that we focus on quality. Once these upper areas are built out, we will extend beyond these 4 core areas to begin to look at and affect every aspect of people's lives. We will extend into different product offerings. We will extend into different tools with a major underlying theme of quality. We are going to differentiate ourselves on 3 key components. The membership base will earn on all the activity of the community. We will not put any product in the community or marketplace that has not been screened for quality. We will be product agnostic so members and fans can make decisions. I am a firm believer, as well as the other executives, that decisions are made by the people in the community, and we're not going to force people to make decisions. So what does that look like, right? That means that when I say product agnostic, we will have multiple of the same product in the marketplace. They will all be of quality. They will all have gone through our screening process, but the charter members and customers are going to make the decision on which product they want to engage in if that's a product category they're interested in. From a quality perspective, we now have implemented a rigorous quality control methodology to say we are not going to be like any other aggregator or marketplace on the planet that just lets any product come into their marketplace. Because we care about the community, we will stand over the quality of our products and the quality over the products that we're allowing into the marketplace. And again, the final one and most important is the membership base will earn on all activity in the community. And again, more to come on that. Final point is the bank is now secondary to us, so we are putting it on hold for a period of time. I'm going to jump back to this prior slide. when you begin to stop viewing an organization through what you're frustrated at and begin to look at what's happening externally, and on top of that, what is the opportunity for those people, those members in the community, the decision becomes clear. We need to run as fast as we can down the digital side of the omni-channel approach and build out this participation marketplace that allows people to engage and get real value from a quality and impact to their life perspective. Our focus, our coming focus is this. We talked about the initiatives earlier. Based on this new focus, it allows us to bring in some things from an acceleration perspective. We are now focusing on enhanced UI that better mirrors the digital purchasing environment that we want to, that we are. That is, we're driving towards a more traditional but enhanced purchase environment and marketplace. We are aligning the branding to the above mentioned focus, those 4 focus areas, and mainly focused on the cores of people's lives and the identity of quality. We're going to focus on improving to the next iteration of charter member tools. That's what Roger's going to talk about is a bit. We are going to enhance the compensation plan, which John is going to talk about, to push additional income out into the charter member base. And based on the focus, we will continue launching additional products and services that fit into the mental and physical health and financial well-being categories. Because we're able to drive closer to this focus, it allows us to launch products at a more rapid pace into the improved UI and UX environment, which enhances everyone's experience and income. I want to stop and say, I have never seen the future of this organization more clearly than I do today. When we look and say the outside shifting landscape has driven us further down the path, but also looking at things through a different lens, the future for us and all our charter members is this direction. It's the direction for all of us to make life-changing moments in our life, to make whatever to get to the point of freedom, however we define that financial freedom, to engage in products that actually speak to the cores of our life. The focus in attacking the opportunity will generate greater wealth for the charter members and allow us to drive key initiatives forward, as which I've already said. It's about that focus for acceleration. Really, the renewed focus is going to help us drive your business forward in a way that this industry has never seen before and in the right way. This purchasing environment focused on digital transactions and allowing all the engagement within the community to benefit the charter members. And it's not just one product. To allow the charter members to make decisions on what products they engage in and customers/fans to make decisions on what products they engage in is an evolutionary shift. That's what being product agnostic means. It means we will provide quality, but we will not make the decision for you. If you're interested in product, a certain product category, you will have multiple decisions within the marketplace. That also speaks to our ability to leverage for the betterment of the community based on that competition in the marketplace. I'm going to turn it over to Roger Taylor, the Chief Marketing Officer, to talk about a few things. But before I do, I want to talk about one additional thing that's coming out immediately that's been driven by John Nicola, Chief Revenue Officer. Because we, again, care about the community and our charter members, we are launching a leadership council. That leadership council, I'm going to go through a list of things. I'm not going to bore you or do it from a too dry perspective. You will get more information as time progresses around what is this leadership council and who is involved. But the purpose of the leadership council is to help assure that the rNetwork corporate and the field leadership are in alignment as we co-create rNetwork together. The council will initially be made up of 8 charter members from the field and can expand. We're at 10 now. It's going to be initially made up of 10 and will expand as necessary. We will have leadership councils for specific regions. This is the first leadership council being formed, and there will be a specific leadership council for each region, meaning Europe, Asia Pacific, and Latin America / South America. This is completely voluntary. The criteria is that you have to be of P10 rank or higher, so Power 10 rank or higher, and you may need to have personally enrolled 10 people. You need to be of working this opportunity full-time and have experience in the industry to help educate the internal organization on things that need to be enhanced and things that we're doing well and need to focus on. The meeting's going to be coordinated by the sales department, but people from corporate, myself, Roger, Troy, Kevin, Johnson, Luke, various people from the office will be attending from time to time based on the agenda for those meetings. Each leadership council member will be asked to sign an NDA because confidential things will be discussed in that leadership council. This, again, is a move for us to make sure that we have a proper mechanism to be listening to the community. Right now, the council leadership that has been formed is Scott Merker from Kentucky, Janet Jargensen from British Columbia, Canada, Ed Terranova from New Jersey, Letitia Owens from Florida, Brian Robert from Utah, Brenda Marks from Illinois, John Stahl from Georgia, Nancy Howard from Florida, Laura Farmer from Utah, and Jamie Ferber from New Jersey. That is the start of the Leadership Council, and we'll expand out from there, and additional regional leadership councils will be formed. I want to close for me anyway, by saying, again, I've never seen the future clearer for this organization. I'm so excited about the shifts that have been made, and from a focus perspective, this is the direction for the company for the betterment of all. I didn't geek out too much on this call, get into too much analytical and market shifts and all of that stuff because I wanted to make sure I made it quick. I appreciate everyone's time. I'm going to turn it over to Roger Taylor.
All right, everybody. I am obviously excited to be here tonight with all we've got going on. I know everybody is excited to get to the main crux of the discussion tonight. So I'm going to be quick, but I do want to give you a peek into my brain on the marketing side. I believe marketing should make your life easier. I believe marketing should support every effort you exert toward building your team. Marketing should cut down the hours that you need to work and provide opportunity for you to create balance in your life. I'm all about balance, and I don't want you to be working 15 hours a day. Balance is happiness. It should inspire, it should motivate, it should articulate the vision. If it doesn't do this and more, I have failed you, and I promise you, I will not fail you. I wake up figuring out ways to bless your lives and your efforts. Marketing to me is a rock and a support to you. So just a little peek into how I think and what drives me in the marketing department. Let me share my screen here. So everybody can see this. So I want to go over a few things here. As I took my full-time role as the Chief Marketing Officer, we are 60 days into my 120-day strategic plan. And I want to give you a little glimpse into the next 30 days of what we're working on. Right now, you have your R tools in your back office, the rNetwork marketing tools. It's been great. It's awesome. All of the videos, the brochures, information there for you to build your team, it's there. But I am ready to put that on steroids. We've got an initiative right now that is going to make sharing the most efficient activity that you can do in your back office. I have studied multiple back offices in this industry, and the sharing and what we will provide to you as far as supporting your building activities is going to be second to none. Think about when you meet somebody face to face and being able to walk away, input their email address, and have automatic follow-up that happens for you, personalized from you. Think about looking at people that have become disengaged in the business and being able to click a button and have a personalized campaign that goes out and supports them and brings them back into the fold. Everything that we are building is going to be revolutionary, and really everything is focused on building your and supporting your efforts to build your team. Over the next little while, you've noticed that a newsletter and blogs, a brand new newsletter, emails have been going out today for you to opt into that newsletter. It is a invitation only newsletter, as with the blogs, and you need to opt in. And when you get there, you will have every single month, you will have personal messages from the executives. You will have all the up-to-minute information. You will have building tools, building secrets from the people that are having the most success. It is going to be a truly revolutionary product. And based on what you're interested in, that newsletter is going to be customized to you personally through some artificial intelligence that we're working on. So what your interest is what you will receive. Probably the most exciting part of what we are working on over the next 30 days for you is our branding initiatives. Now that might not sound that exciting, but we are midstream in that right now. In the next 30 days, you will see a clear identity and story emerge that there will be no question who our network is and what we will do. The napkin presentation, the elevator pitch is all going to be there for you. We lost our identity for a while, to be straight up, but it's coming back in spades. When you go to T-Mobile, you know what they do. They do phones. When you go to Microsoft, you know what they do. They do software. doTERRA in the direct sales industry, you know what they do. They do oils. Same thing with Amazon. You know they're a marketplace. We're going to enter those ranks on the identity side. We're going to enter those ranks on the branding side. It's going to be easy. It's going to be clear, and it's going to be concise, and it's going to help your efforts. We do have a new website that's been launched, and it is just the beginning of what this whole support structure that we're doing is for. The new website will allow products to be displayed based on your country. So when you when you go to the website, you've already identified the country you're in. You look at the product page, you send your replicated website to somebody in your country. The products that displayed there are the products that are available to them. And if you send your replicated website to somebody in another country, when they see your website, they will see products available in their country. It's just the beginning. Right now, we're working on updating the content, and that's based on the strong identity that we're going to provide for you, the strong story. So you will see the updates to the website. This website will never go out of date now. It's in the marketing department, and we've got your back now as far as this website being supportive of your efforts. The 7-day boost is going to be getting a dramatic update. We were in beta for the past month or so. When people signed up, they were ushered into the 7-day boost, where they learned about the company vision, learned about some basic some duplication tools and so forth. Well, we're upgrading that. This will be, again, a first in the industry. But folks, when your new people come in, we will grab them and give them a big hug, essentially. We're going to help them understand the vision, help them understand the mission, help them understand the tools that they have available. And we're gonna do it in a gamified way. They're gonna take little tests that will actually make them smile and laugh. They're gonna get rewarded, and they're gonna get rewarded with valuable points that can be turned into something that John's gonna talk a little bit about here, but actual monetary value in the points and the badges and everything that they earn. I'm very excited about this, but because most of all, you will know that the people that you bring in, you will be able to know what stage they're in, and if they complete that, they will be a more effective charter member, effective builder, and not all of the onus is on you anymore. We're supporting your efforts in teaching that the vision of the company, the identity, and giving them tools that will make them successful. The communications you've noticed have been more video oriented. That's going to become even more and more a signature of our network. Social media now is in 6 social media mediums, 6 channels across the globe. And those are daily now. And we are going to be even enhancing that even more and making it even more engaging. But I think everybody that's been on social media has noticed a difference. I encourage everybody to get on our Facebook channels, our Instagram channels, our Pinterest channels, all of these things. Get on. It's we are providing a lot of support, input, inspiration, everything there. And based on the branding identity, we are in the midst of creating new videos to share the rNetwork vision based on this the strong identity and story that's coming out that you heard mentioned by Trent, but that's getting solidified now. And then what you've all come on the call for, this new compensation enhancement that you're going to hear about tonight. We are in the midst of creating support materials, videos, brochures, easily shareable for you in that realm. So again, everything there that we are creating, again, I wake up thinking about how we can be a support and how we can be a rock to you. And that's what's going on in the next 30 days. Now I'm going to turn it over to John.
Very good. Roger, thank you very much. And everyone, good evening. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. And we've got a lot of people on this call. But before I get into, I think maybe the primary reason why many of you are here, I know there's a lot of information that was covered tonight that was covered that you were excited to hear. But I think many of you are excited to hear about some enhancements that we're planning on doing and incorporating into the plan. I do want to say just a couple things very quickly, if I may. Trent introduced this leadership council, which is so critical to our growth and our development, where we've got to be able to open up the hood and share our product roadmap and talk about our strategies and our vision of what we're doing as we co-create this company. This company is not a group of people in Utah. They're going to put stuff together and then say, here you go, and issue it. We need to co-create, because this is your business. This is our business. This is a collaborative environment. We're excited to have that. And it was not easy choosing just these 10, because there's many people that are deserving. Trent had mentioned that we're going to have a leadership council, over in Europe, and then in Africa, and then in Asia and stuff like that. So, Pierre, you're someone I talk to all the time over there in Sweden, and you bet you're on that list as we start this over in Europe also, and many of your teammates there as well. And I will share one other thing also, because, there are so many people that are critical moving forward, and each one of you are critical. Please don't get me wrong. But, when this company started in their earliest days, there are 3 individuals that this company really looks to, leans on, opens up, has a lot of very in-depth conversations, and we will continue to. And even though they're not on this leadership council, they have a very inside focus from the company itself. And that's certainly John Holbrook and John Johnson and Jeremy Jenkins, where we have the 3 of them, and we do many things with them. And we certainly appreciate their efforts and their focus and their guidance since the earliest days as we continue to move forward as well. So gentlemen, thank you. Also with that, I'm going to talk to you about our compensation plan. And I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of my thoughts. When Trent said he's never been more excited than he is today about our business, I'm telling you, I have not been here 3 months yet, but I am clearly more excited about the direction of what we're doing and what's happening in our company today, significantly more than the first day that I came on, than the first week I was here, than the first month that I was here. I continue to see this team mold and develop. I've seen Trent continue to take charge and hold us accountable and put this cadence in play, and this company, this vision coming into play, and what's happening and going on. And this is certainly a team environment. When I lay out this enhanced plan to you, I wish I could tell you it was, hey, it was all me, you know, but it wasn't. This was a collaborative group of people. It was myself. It was Troy, who's our chief commercial officer, Richard Smith, Dave Dove. We've had some leaders in the field, Trent, Roger. This is a collaborative agreement. I get to be the one to message this to you, but it's been collaborative as we do everything in this company. There are no egos here. We all get to the top of the mountain together. Now with that, I'm going to share with you what this plan is, because I know you're on pins and needles and you're excited about it. When I looked at this plan, and I'm just one person, I have, you know, one set of benchmark that I have in 32 years in this industry. I love our compensation plan. I love that it is the Power 3 concept. You're working with people in groups of 3. You get 3, they get 3, they get 3. You do it again, you do it again, you do it again. I love the TBS and how it fills up and how much money we can earn, the significant money that can be earned on per active member by per charter member. But as your TBS begins to fill up, it does take a little bit of time for that to begin to happen. And for a lot of people, when they're looking at our company, and every company has their vision, has, you know, their signature on who they are and what they want to be able to go do, and their own philosophies, whether it's compensation or product or vision or anything like that. We didn't have a track or a roadmap that if you came to me and said, John, I've got to go make $5,000 this month, how do I do it? John, I've got to go make $10,000 this month, how do I do it? John, I've got to go make $15,000 by the end of my second month per month. How do I do it? Try to put something together, and we had to stop and we had to refocus. How do we put more money on the front end of this plan? How do we turn this in from a Volkswagen Bug into a 6-speed Ferrari and get this thing flying and going? How do we get this thing flying down the road that people's heads turn and they go, oh my gosh, who's that? Whose car is that? What car is that? And they look at the license plate that says rNetwork. That's who we are, baby. That's where we're going. And I'm excited to be able to share this with you and how we're going to be able to get there, because we're going to be able to show you a roadmap. When somebody goes, I got to go make 3,000 this month, 5,000 next month, 10,000 by the end of next month. How do I get there? We got that plan. So here's what I want you to know. We have the TBS program right now. You know, you're building out your TBS. Nothing has changed. You pay your $50, you're active, you earn your income the same way in TBS. Nothing at all changes. But imagine if we're able to overlay, I'm gonna share with you, we're gonna overlay 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 additional ways we're gonna lay on top of the TBS. We're gonna allow you to earn income in 3 other ways on top of what your TBS is today. So we're giving you an opportunity to not interrupt your TBS, but 3 other ways in which to earn income on top of your TBS. Okay, next slide. David Dove, thank you very much. So here's what we have. We've created what's called a Power 3 Elite. Now, we're futuring this compensation plan. This compensation plan is going to be coming on board. I do not have a date for you. We're working feverishly with the tech department and Trent. I'm hoping to be able to give you some kind of a ballpark figure in the next week or 2. We're just going to say that this is what's coming, and we're going to work feverishly on doing this, and this becomes a very top priority. But we need to focus, we need to future this plan for a couple different reasons, because number one, when we launch this plan, we want you to be able to be in position where you can maximize the income when the new plan comes out. Number 2, it's a much more fluid way in which to be able to build your business, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So right now, we have we've created what's called Power 3 Elite, and that's what this is. When you do 175 in volume, in what we call qualifying volume, you've got your personal volume, which is everything that you do yourself. You've got your FANN volume, which is all the volume that all your fans, which are your customers and everybody they refer. And as this company continues to grow and put more and more products and service out there, your fans are going to have a larger array of items to be able to purchase because their volume counts for you to qualify. And then qualifying volume is all the volume of what you do and all of your fans all pushed together. It's the summation of all that together. So when you do your 50 a month, you're active in the TBS. You're active in your 3x10 matrix. You're active in that. But now you've got 3 other ways in which to earn more money, if you so choose. So we've created this what's called Power 3 Elite, where if you do 175 in qualifying volume. Now, right now, what does that mean? Well, for where the company sits today, we have that $50 charter member product, and now Financial Academy sells for $125. So you can purchase both of those together, and that's $175. Trent talked about health and wellness products that are coming out. He talked about health and wellness packages that are coming out, where in the future you can choose to buy a health and wellness package versus that $50 charter member package. You can buy health and wellness package, which is full of health and wellness products in lieu of your Financial Academy. There's going to be many other things that we're working on that will be coming out where you're going to be able to pick and choose. But when you do 175 in volume yourself and you help 3 others achieve 175, you now get what's called your Power 3 Elite. You're going to get your monthly Power 3 bonus. You know, get 3 and it's free. Just like on the 50. If you come into 50 and you help 3 other people purchase $50 products, you get 3 and it's free. It's the same thing on this. You do 175, right? And you help 3 others do 175, and guess what? You get 3 and it's free. Every month we send you a $175 monthly bonus that now pays for your product. Next slide, please. Something very special now happens that I've never seen any company ever do before in the industry. We've created what's called a personal enrollment bonus. And if you take a look at this picture, here's what I'm saying. There's you at the top and you do 175 in qualifying volume. You enroll 3 other people and you help them do the same, and you're now a Power 3 Elite. When you help everyone that you personally enroll, when you help them get their 3, you will earn a $100 bonus that is not paid to you one time, but is paid to you every single month. Let me share that again. Every time that you enroll somebody, once you get your 3 and you're qualified for Power 3 Elite, everybody that you've personally enrolled, when you help them get your 3, you now earn $100, not just one time, but every month thereafter. If you enroll 5 people and help them become Power 3 Elite, help them get their 3, you're now making a $500 monthly residual income from those 5 individuals. Now, here's how I would look at this, because I've spent half of my career in the field building, and I've never seen something like this. Here's the biggest problem that most companies have in the industry. When you're new, your income is consistently inconsistent. That means you come in and your income goes like this. And you know what? You and I want to know what we can count on at the end of the month. How much money am I going to make? What can I count on? Ladies and gentlemen, we've just delivered it to you. And there's a lot more to share, which I'm going to do in just a moment. But here's how I view this. If I was going out and I was talking to a prospect, because right now in most other companies, when you're going to take an hour of your time and go visit with somebody, you might make a 30 or a 50 or maybe a $75 bonus. Here's how I look at it. If I go take an hour of my time and I'm going to go talk to you somewhere, and I know that when I enroll you, I'm going to help you get your 3, you're now worth $100 a month. At the end of the year, it's $1,200. Here's how I look at it. If I go talk to you and spend an hour of my time, you're worth $1,200 to me, just that one person, because I'm going to help you get your 3. You with me? It's a monthly residual that you have coming in that you can count on as long as your people continue to have 3 that they personally enrolled that are doing the 175 also. And it doesn't stop there. Next slide, please. We also have the Power Up. So just like on the $50 product, when you would come in at 50, and that's still there, by the way, and you help 3 others do it, you're going to get a $75 power-up bonus. Here's what you're going to get here. You're going to get 2 things. Number 1, when you come in and you do 175, okay, when you come in, now we're giving you 14 days to do this. So when you enroll, if within your first 14 days, you achieve 175 QV and you find 3 others to do the same thing, we're going to give you a one-time $175 power-up bonus. And you're also going to qualify for what's called a team building bonus. Now, what does that mean? Now, that means that we're going to pay you a $25 team building bonus. When one of your personally sponsored charter members becomes a Power 3 Elite, you now qualify to earn $25 on their first and second active levels. Take a look at this. You saw at the top where there's you and you enroll 3 and you make $100, right? Take a look down on your second level. You help your 3 get their 3. Every time somebody that you've personally enrolled, when you help them to get their 3, you're going to make $25 on everybody every single month that is Power 3 Elite on your second level across the whole thing. And it doesn't stop there, because on the second level, when those individuals sponsor their 3 and they help their people get 3, you're now going to earn a $25 bonus on everybody on your third level as well. So not only are you earning $100 on everybody that you've personally enrolled when you help them get their 3, but on the second active level, when the people you've enrolled, when they help their people get their 3, you earn $25 monthly residual bonus there. And we do it again on your third level, monthly residual bonus. Now, you need to qualify for the team building bonus within your first 14 days of enrollment to qualify for this $25 on your second and third level. If you don't, we're going to pay it up to the people above you if you don't qualify for it. You will always qualify to earn the $100 that you enroll into the business, okay? So I want you to understand that. So that we're announcing this early so you know what you're prepared for. Next slide, please. Let me give you an idea, okay, of what this is. I'm sorry, I got a message here. I just need to look at it here really, really quickly. I apologize.
John, that was actually from me. I just wanted to make it a point that this does not take away the TBS payout. This is on top of what you're getting in the TBS.
That's correct. So you do the TBS, you do 50, you can get your TBS. If you do 175 and help 3 others do 175, you know, if you do 175, you get everything else, plus you still get your TBS. You're earning all that income. Now, take a look at this just for a moment. Now, I'm showing this up here. This is not a guarantee of what you can earn, but if you were to do this, these are the kind of income flows that this can throw off. This is how serious this is. Look at the far left box. Say, for example, you enroll 3 people and you help those 3 enroll 3 only, and you help those 3 enroll their 3 only. You're earning over $2,000 a month residual income just by helping 3 get 3 get 3. You're already there. Now, if your goals are a little broader and you want to be able to do more, say you enroll 3, but you help each one of those 3 enroll 5, and those 5 enroll 5. Your income's over $5,000 a month. Now get this, if somebody comes in and goes, John, I got to go make $10,000 this month. How do I do it? This is easy. I share with them, you know what? We're going to go enroll 10. Look at this example. You enroll 10. 10 enroll 5, but those 5 then only enroll 3 each. Your residual income's over $10,000 a month, and that doesn't even count the TBS yet. Doesn't even count the TBS yet. You with me? We have put money on the front end of this thing to create excitement, to create velocity. People are coming in. They've got 14 days to qualify for this team building bonus. They're going Mach 10 hair on fire to do whatever they need to be able to get there. You earn your residual income 3 levels deep, and you still get your TBS. And you know what? By the way, this plan is also going to be in India as well. This plan is also going to be in India. It'll be a slight adjustment. We'll get it to Kamal and the rest of the group, but this plan is very similar to what you're going to see over in India. So I'm getting messages right now from many of you in India. Don't worry, we've included you. This is going to be very, very exciting. Next slide, please. Now on top of this, so you've got your TBS. Then we put this team building bonus. We've given you a roadmap. We've given you a track to show people how they make money in their first 30, 60, 90 days. I'm not going to go in depth in this. This is a PDF that Roger, we need to put somewhere that people can download. This was created today by Roger's team. Roger, you guys did an amazing. Delwyn just did an incredible job working with Dave Dove today, getting this out. So really, really appreciate that. The second additional way that you can earn income is that we're going to pay you on what's called leadership ranks. When you become a Power 5, a Power 7, or a Power 10, that means you've got 5 people that you've enrolled that has achieved, that is earning team building bonus or 7 or 10 legs, 5, 7, or 10 people. We're now going to pay you. You can now earn 50 cents 2 generations deep, and it could be all the way down to infinity of all the Power 5s and everybody below that in your entire personal enrollment network. Now let's talk about this for a moment. Here's what we've done different. You've got your TBS. Everybody that you enroll your 3, and then you continue to enroll people, and it fills in your TBS. And everybody above you, as they continue to enroll, that's all spillover that rolls down into your TBS, right? You get paid on all those spillover and all your personal enrollment network. Now what we've done is we've changed the game a little bit to give you more opportunity to earn income. As you grow your personal enrollment network, you now have incentive to enroll more than just 3 people. When you get to 5 or get to 7 or get to 10 and you qualify for the Power 5 Elite or 7 or 10 Elite, you can now earn 50 cents, $1. You can earn $1.50 per active charter member in your entire personal enrollment network. You can earn, so a generation is not, could be 1 level, could be at 10 levels, could be 100 levels, could be 1,000 levels, could be infinity. You can earn up to $1.50 more on every single active charter member in your personal enrollment network. And if that's not enough, we've created a global Power Elite bonus pool that every single month we're putting $1 for every single charter member around the globe, and that bonus pool is paid out quarterly. That's paid out quarterly. So we've added significant income to this compensation plan, and we've made it very easily acceptable. For example, I like breaking things down to the ridiculous. For someone to become a Power 5 Elite, that's about 115 people, give or take, to qualify in your personal enrollment network to qualify. If you want to qualify for the Power 7 Elite, that's less than 300 people. You can get there with less than 300 people in your personal enrollment network to earn that money. And get this, for less than 600 people, the highest rank in the company, and what? For less than 600 people, you can get to the highest rank in the company and participate in the Power 10 Elite. Here's what we wanted to be able to do. We didn't want to be that exclusive company that only a couple of people get to at the top and people reach and try to get there. We want to take this bubble and we want to move it up. We want to get a lot of people earning that significant amount of money to be able to do that. And we're going to be that company that's pushing people up and pushing people up, because we're not making these high imaginary numbers that only a few people maybe ever get into. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen a more powerful compensation plan in my 32 years where the average person can access this. There are 2 people on this call. The first one is Ed Terranova, who had significant input in what we're doing. He's a corporate trainer. He's a leader. And Ed, I've asked Ed to share just for a moment what his thoughts are from a field perspective. Ed, can you share your thoughts, please?
Hey, John, amazing job. I tell you, we've had a lot of conversation about this, and what you just delivered succinctly, going over every aspect, leaves me really very little to say other than this. This is an element that has been missing, and we knew it was coming, and it is finally here. Now we have the opportunity to go out there and build very rapidly. And fast is fun, slow is painful. I always talk about fun, simple, and fast. It's got to be fun, simple, and fast. You can get people into the money right away. If you could get them going after something where in the very first month they could make substantial amount of money, that's gonna create momentum. That's going to absolutely create something where now we have a piece of our compensation plan, and the opportunity becomes compensation plan driven, in addition to everything else we have. And so I am ecstatic, John. I just can't believe what you just shared with everybody here today. And for those of you who don't quite get it yet, I know Dave's recording this. Go back and watch it again. I just call it bring 3, help 3, get 3. Very simple. It's bring 3, help 3 people get their 3, and just duplicate that. It's going to be an amazing run. And what I love about it is that right now, it's a brand new deal. It's a brand new day. Right now, anybody who's not on this call doesn't know what you just heard. Let's go out there and make it happen. Thanks, John.
Ed, thank you very much. And I just need to share, I've known Ed now for 12 years, a consummate leader, highest integrity, super trustworthy, great friend, great teammate. We're building a company here with a community of aligned values, and there's our world and their world, and we're asking people to step into our world. We've got aligned values, and we've got trust, and we've got, we want everybody get to the top of the mountain. From Trent on down, we're building a community here that I believe is something very special all over the globe, and I'm excited to see what this is going to turn into over the next 3 to 5 years. This next individual, his name is Scott Merker. I've known Scott now, I'm going to date myself. I've known Scott for 20 years. And when I met Scott, he was a 7-figure annual earner in the industry and had set records. And he has just been a phenomenal teammate, just a great, loving individual who's always there to help other people. He's come in and he's building very quickly in our network. And he's somebody that knows a lot about comp plans. And we quickly pulled him, and he had significant input also. And Scotty, share some of your thoughts, if you would, please.
Hey, John, thanks so much. And I just want to say great evening or morning or afternoon or middle of the night, wherever you might be calling in from. Nigeria, it's probably middle of the night. And it's just so wonderful to see our entire rNetwork familia here together. And I'm honored to be on here with you guys. I think the first thing that I would say is, what we have just experienced here tonight is going to go down as a historic moment for our company. So I would suggest that you take this in for a second, kind of breathe this in just a little bit. This is a very, very special moment that has been being built well before I started with this company. I'm just so glad that Rebecca Wilhelmina called me about this to let me know. We started with Trent, and we had a chance to hear from Roger. Of course, Dave opened up with the energy and the love that he always shares for all of us. He's kind of like the father of the familia, If he's Italian, we call him the Godfather. But the thing that I hope that everybody takes from this, I see all the questions. All questions will get answered. The chat's not the place to answer all the questions. They'll get answered. Give it a little bit of time. But what I hope that everybody takes first off is not just there's a lot more money in here. I hope you really felt Trent. Not just heard his words, but felt what he said. And then the same thing with Roger. Then, of course, now with John and with Dave when he opened up. And then Ed. I hope you're feeling probably more than maybe even understanding, because this is going to take a little bit of time to really sink in. But what I hope you're getting is the feeling of the passion, the commitment, the love, but then also hearing the vernacular of what's being said. Yes, there's detail being said, but what you're hearing and hopefully what you're feeling is a company that truly is 100% understanding and committed to us in the field at a level that I've never seen equal to this in my life. So to me, that's the most important thing. But on this compensation piece, John, let's face it, a lot of people say, well, there's not a lot of money in your compensation plan. Well, there is. But they're right. There's not a lot if they're looking on the front end. But guess what? We don't have $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 packages. You can't compare apples with an oak tree. They're two total separate entities. When you have a program that's been a $75 program to start $50 a month, how in the world are you going to generate $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 in 30, 60, 90 days? You can't do that unless you're loading people with product. So we have to compare apples to apples, but what you all are putting in place here for us now provides that roadmap. The person could come in and with a program, even at the height of it, 175. I mean, that's the most. If you come in and engage, 175 is your top point right now. So being able to get to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 or more in 30, 60, 90 days is nothing short of phenomenal. But it's not just that, because not everybody needs quick money. Some people do, not everybody does. The thing that impressed me the most is between John, as you were talking with the corporate team and reaching out to numerous leaders, is putting together something that's balanced. And that to me is one of the most important things, because you see a lot of plans that are either loaded too much on the front, loaded too much on the top, or in the middle, but they don't balance. And when you can balance through the entire range, you get the people that just want to come in and make a few $1,000s a month. You get the people that want to make 10, 15, 20,000 a month. You get the people that want to make rock star type of income and make over $1 million a month. And you've balanced it where that opportunity exists. But the thing that I love is you've done it in a way where you don't have to go out there and become this huge, amazing, just this intergalactic type of star to get there. I mean, at the very top position, the Power Elite 10, if you have less than 600 people doing $175, and by the way, that counts your fans, your customers too. It doesn't have to be your own volume. Less than 600 people in your matrix to get to that level where you're participating in all those generational bonuses. I mean, you know, the only thing that really is a stretch for some people, and that's if they're thinking in the next 2 to 3 years, that's that very ultimate top level position to get into the bonus quote. If you're thinking 5 to 10 years, if you're thinking legacy, if you're feeling Amway, Herbalife, Nu Skin, Mary Kay, A.L. Williams, if that's what you're feeling, then guess what? That's in the game plan for anybody who wants it. So John, kudos, man. I mean, you guys have put something together here. So awesome. Honored to be on the new advisory committee and to work with the other great leaders that are on there as well. I know we're going to have a lot of fun being able to get a chance to come in and impact and make some great decisions working alongside with you guys. So I know I speak on behalf of everybody in there. I know we're honored for that. So thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it.
Hey, Scotty, thank you for that. In fact, interesting, because you said Leadership Council. I want everybody to notice that Leadership Council, and it just happened this way. There's 5 women and 5 men. This is a well-balanced Leadership Council group of people. I'm so excited. By the way, Roger just sent me a message. He said this this PDF that we're doing right now live on this in 1 hour is going to be in the tools section of the back office. Roger, you're awesome, dude. You work fast, you work great, and you don't sleep. And that's what we love about you. You're working with the rest of us and for us. So thank you for your commitment. Let me now get a little bold, if I may. Let me kind of take myself back. If I was a representative, if I was a distributor, because half my life I've been a distributor in this industry. I know what it's like to go from zero to go build from scratch and build this thing, around the globe. I understand what it means to live on commission and have to go build the business, and you get involved in between somewhere where you're scared and you're nervous. I get that, but I can't imagine a better compensation plan than to start from ground zero than the plan that we have and the residual income that we have. So here's what's going on. This plan is, we've futured it on purpose. We have allowed you to see what's going on in this plan later towards the end of this week. Here's my objective. And when I say I'm talking about my teammates here on the call. I'm talking about the people that I work with. So it's never a me, it's a we, it's a team, it's an us. That it's people that you're not hearing about on this call, that, the Luke Epps and the Kevins and Troys and so many other people, Jason in customer service, that are making this thing work, but here's what we're going to do. Our objective is over the next couple of days, get a message out, probably early part of next week or maybe even Friday. We're going to pull on board 40 or 50 leaders. We're going to train you all on this plan. We're then going to go company-wide and do a company-wide training. We're going to have, here's this PDF for those of you that are in India. We're going to get this adjusted for your comp plan. We'll get that done, you know, in the next 24 hours or so. We'll get that out there for each one of you in India as well. Excited to be able to go do that. Let me tell you what I would do if I was you. So we're going to have, I'm going to go out there, and thank goodness Trent's not in front of me, because he can swing a 2x4 and probably hit me up on the side of the mouth. I'm not going to give you a time frame, but I'm going to say it's months, plural, until this plan hits the street. Now, Trent might be able to come back and say, hey, we've been able to beat that, and that's great. I'm going to give us some room here to breathe, and I'm going to say months that until this plan comes into being. So I'm trying to be conservative, I think. But I'll tell you what I would do. I would get going right now on this plan. I would get involved. I would get my 3. I would get this thing moving, because you want to put as many people as you can in position to start making money when this compensation plan is launched. You get your 3 and it's free. Don't wait to start to build this plan when this plan actually comes to life. Build it now. Build your groups. Build your personal enrollment network. Get yourself to 300, 500, 800 or more people in your personal enrollment network. Begin to capitalize on those generational bonuses. Those bonuses are paid on your personal enrollment network. When you look at the TBS, now when you do this, you're getting paid $6, if not more, on everybody in your TBS that's running at this elite program, at the 175 and personal and 3 other people that are doing that. You're making $6. I didn't even include that in the showing you what your possible incomes could be. Or actually, I did. I sincerely apologize. But here's what I would do: begin building your group. You know, get your 3 people at 175, and you get there. Build it again. Build it again. Run and get 10 people going on this. Get 10 who get 10 who get 10. If I was starting this business, I'd pound out 10 this month, I'd get 10 next month, and I'd go 10 more, you know, going forward, you know, in my 3rd month. And I'm not going to let this thing stop. I'm not going to let this thing lie down, right? Now, I just got a message from Dave, and Dave said, make sure that you know, talk about the bank for a moment. Trent talked about the bank, and I'm going to give you my piece and my impression on this right now, because I've got some messages that are saying, well, gosh, I got involved because of the revvcard or the bank. That's not gone. You're going to see that. But you know what? Other things have taken a priority. Think for a moment. When Trent talked about people are using that card and they're swiping the card, pennies go into the TBS. I don't know about you, but if I'm going to be working hard and spending time to enroll people, and if somebody's going to give me pennies for the entire month of work and all that effort, I want to be making $6 in the TBS. I want to be running at this compensation plan, all the new products that we're bringing in. There's significantly more money to be earned in the TBS by running at these products that Trent was talking about, the existing program that we have, and the compensation. You're going to see that come online. We've moved it back. It's dollars and cents, and you're better off because of it. I think we've made the right choice. Trent, you turn your camera back on. Did you want to say something before I close it?
Yeah, let me just chime in here, guys, because I saw the questions as well, right? I at the very beginning, and I won't reopen my slides, I made a pretty direct statement. We have stopped looking as an organization. Out of the last 180 days, I took a look at the organization with the Rev executive team and said, change your lens. Stop looking at things from a frustration perspective. If you're frustrated in this industry, if you're frustrated in this, stop looking at things from a frustration lens and look at things from an opportunity lens. Stop looking at the old and start focusing on the new. Where is the opportunity? With COVID, with the declining of the brick and mortar space and COVID accelerating that, the opportunity is much greater from an omni-channel perspective in a digital purchasing environment than brick and mortar. It is literally pennies of an opportunity. If I made the eye-line match, the card represents brick and mortar. The digital marketplace represents online purchasing. Anybody can look at the trend over the last 2 to 5 years from what market's declining and which market's accelerating. COVID-19 put that on steroids, and brick and mortar spending fell off a cliff. So we, from a resource perspective, said, How do we create the greatest opportunity for our charter members today? All out abandonments towards the digital marketplace and an online purchasing environment. Focus on two things. Focus on quality, focus on three things. Focus on the quality of the products we're putting in, focus on financial well-being, and focus on physical and mental well-being. Stuff the marketplace with products that fit those two categories and let people, and do it in an online shopping environment, and that's the opportunity. Overlay the new compensation plan, and all of a sudden, the charter members' earning potential goes through the roof. Stop focusing on things that are non-impactful to charter members and the organization out of frustration.
Thank you, Trent.
But I wanted to make sure that I was clear about the bank is not off the table. It has been tabled until we pursue the appropriate thing for the success of our charter members. Then we'll put the bank back on the table. Take it off the table until we have success in what's going to make our charter members successful. Then we'll put it back on the table.
Very good. Trent, thank you so much. And Trent, we're taking Financial Academy into India, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So we'll have that other product, and then they're certainly working on other health and wellness products also for India, and all of that. And you know, Trent, you just have this magical way of talking. When you talk, it's just, you just have this languaging and this vocabulary that I think many people wish they could even have a piece of, and it just comes out of your mouth naturally. We're all envious of how well you speak, but we don't always know every single word and understand it, but we know that there's a great brain behind it, and we trust you, and we're glad you're there driving the ship. So thank you for that in advance. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with this. I gave you the marching orders. I'm telling you what I would go do. Don't leave it on the table. Take it off the table. Go run quick, run fast, go build your group. You can talk to people immediately about this enhanced comp plan. Put people in place, because when this plan comes into play, you start making all those hundreds, all those 25s, all those generational bonuses through your group. Your check shoots up like a rocket ship, and then you create an income story. We are at a moment in time. I said this when we put together this call. I truly believe that we will look back on this date and this call as being a monumental, a time in history where this company went from small and not really a whole lot of people know who we are, to something big, vibrant, growing, something that's fast. We become that Ferrari that screams down the road and people go, I want to be like them. That's what I want to have. We've given you speed on the front end of this plan. We've given you income. We've given you residual income there. We've given you significant income from a leadership bonus on generational pay, not tens or even hundreds, but you can earn on thousands of levels in your personal enrollment network through your TBS. Again, we're at a moment in time, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again until I don't believe it. A day of effort today is like 30 days of effort a year from now. Do not let these early days in our company go to waste. Work as hard as you can, as fast as you can, put your head down, build something substantial and significant. Go between now and the end of the calendar year. This is the ripest time of year for direct sales, starting in September and driving all the way through into the holidays at Christmas. This is the best time all year long to go build. Do not allow yourself to be caught sitting on the sideline when other people are driving and flying by you. We're going to have this training come up here real soon for India and for the US. We're going to get the leadership together. I'm telling you, there's something real special going on here. And to all the founders of our network, whether, Trent and Roger and Troy and Kevin and Richard, thank you all so very, very much for putting all of this extra money in this compensation plan. Gentlemen, you took from your pockets and you put it in the pockets of the people in this company, and people will love you and be endearing to you forever. So we're all very appreciative that you thought of the team versus just yourselves. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Looking forward to seeing you soon. And I'm telling you, lock in, make your list, make those phone calls, get this thing going. This PDF will be there in an hour. We'll have it there in the next 24 or 48 hours there for India also in the tools section. Use this to show to people. Everybody, good night. Have a great evening. Thank you. Goodbye.